Awesome. So, Nathan, we've been having a great conversation. I can't wait to have more great conversation. Was there anything you want to get back to before we move to our next topic prompt?
We just left off with opening the heart and doing the healing and trust,
Was there a specific way that you can recommend that people do that?
Oh, geez, I'm not a therapist. Just joking. It's all individual.
Hmm.
Some of us have a lot more trauma to work through than others. Um, we all have our own relative amount, though, and I think, everybody's journey, it'll only ever be your journey. And so that's all you need to focus on. Um, So maybe that's a starting point for some people if you're in need of healing or anything.
Hmm.
Focus on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. To bring it a little bit more detailed in my own healing that I was doing before I met Alina, I was working on early childhood trauma. So I was breaking my childhood into 7-year segments, writing down specifically events that occurred that I thought I might still have trauma related to, and then just meditating into them, working through them, creating art related to them. All of those practices seem to do a lot for me. Journaling, always recommend. And call on your guides, call on your spiritual family, call on your angels. All of these beings exist in some sense. Even if you're a non-believer, do it anyway. See what happens. There's no loss. If there's nothing up there, what did you spend? A tiny bit of time, you might get some placebo. But if it's real, then think of the power of angels and gods and all these wonderful entities that might exist in other dimensions and that can contribute to our lives.
Yeah, and I think just opening yourself up to help in general, right? Whether that comes from a spiritual or maybe that spiritual, maybe you don't believe in angels or something, right? Or somebody doesn't. And then, but maybe a person will show up and like they're acting on behalf of that angel, right? So like whether or not, don't worry about the how it happens. Worry about you. Are you open or are you closed off to receiving help and receiving healing? Um, because yeah, again, when we focus on ourselves, like you can start to realize like you are really in the driver's seat. You, whether you want to accept it or not, or maybe you're not conscious of it, but all your life experiences are based on whatever programming you are kind of running inside, and you can rewrite those programs. That's why any type of spirit, like any type of practice which works on yourself, helps to rewrite those programs and to um, help you, overcome limiting behaviors, and for you to be creating, negative circumstances in your life. That that needs to be addressed before, living a more positive and attracting more positive things in your life. You have to uproot and, clear out the old baggage before you got space to allow the new things to come move in, right?
Mhm.
Shout out to movers and shakers. Create
Absolutely. Thank you
you
so
gotta
much.
you're
Yeah,
welcome.
small tidbit there. Nathan's worked with us. He's going to work with us again at Movers and Shakers. We have such a wonderful team. It's such a joy, and we bring that for our clients. So,
But
moving on.
you could do that internally too, right? So you move out the things that you don't want anymore, and then therefore space is important, right? Having the space to do things is extremely important. You mentioned journaling, and writing things down is super powerful. I can't recommend that enough as well.
Yeah, absolutely.